Welcome to the last edition of the school year of What My Fifth Graders Are Reading. I've been recording these videos since I think the first or second week of the school year, every 3 or 4 weeks, sharing the different books that my amazing fifth graders are reading. It is a wild time to be a reader because we have so much going on in class. It's really disrupted a lot of our reading in class. So thankfully, many of them have developed some awesome reading habits outside of school. But it is tricky when we're not getting that, consistent every single day routine that we usually get. But we are still finding time to read every single day. So let's start off with this group, starting off with the one and only Ivan. Amazing reread for that kid. Friends Forever. A lot of kids have fallen in love with Shannon Hale and Laywin Pham's amazing graphic novel series. This kid just finished last night The Insignificant Events in the Life of a Cactus, and now she's reading Momentous Events in the Life of a Cactus. It's been so fun to introduce her to Ava Green, one of the best kidlit characters to come around this century. This kid got one of those choose your own adventure books. She got this on her own. I don't know if she went to the store or what, but The Warlock and the Unicorn, very fun. And then the Wings of Fire graphic novel series, which for the first time, this might be the most popular graphic novel series in my class this year. I think it is. Wow, I hadn't thought about that. It's amazing. They keep pumping them out too. One of my favorite novels in verse from 2025, Jamie Sumner's Please Pay Attention. It's an amazing story about a girl who is dealing with the aftermath of a school shooting, that she was a student at a school where there was a shooting. So it kind of leads up to that, but also like what happens after. Very fascinating, beautiful, powerful, important book. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the third real Wimpy Kid, still going strong. Wildfire. I haven't had a lot of kids read this graphic novel. A lot of my huge graphic novel readers had kind of made it through all their favorite series, and they're trying some different ones, which I love to see them kind of branching out within that medium of books. History Smashers. This has been most popular. Almost lost that kid's bookmark. That would have been tragic. The most popular this series has been in my classroom ever. And this kid, talk about ambitious, with 1 week left in the school year. Reading book 2 in Tale Dark and Grim and using book 3 as a bookmark. You don't see that over this because I have to finish these books before the end of the year. Not really a great bookmark, probably not real good on the glue here, but I appreciate that. I think that's just phenomenal. Yeah, I love that so much. Have you ever seen that? Book 3 as a bookmark for book 2. Kids are the best. I Survived. I just went through and purchased all of the I Survived graphic novels that I didn't have. These graphic novel adaptations really catch up on you. Like I Survived, Wings of Fire. Like as they are just pumping them out, like you gotta catch up, because before you know it, there's 3 books that you don't have. And 9/11 is one of the topics that my fifth graders are most fascinated by. Gamerville, Johnny Christmas. You may be familiar with him from the graphic novel Swim Team. Gamerville is a really fun book about a kid who's really obsessed with video games, kind of gets in trouble, has to go away to camp, gets in trouble for being on him too much, and kind of has to try to live life without him for a little bit. The Click graphic novel series, so dang popular. Fun to see so many kids being introduced to this, reading this, falling in love with this. Alan Gratz, I think there's been a kid reading an Alan Gratz book throughout all year, at least one. So that's really fun to see. And then Chickenpox. I love this graphic novel, especially because these kids get the chickenpox vaccine so they don't have to suffer like I had to through me and all of my siblings getting the chickenpox at once. So that's fun to see. It's interesting right now, some of the trends that we see is a lot of rereading of favorite books, a lot of graphic novel reading. They feel crunched for time. They're busy at home, busy in school. So it's fun to see them continuing to read a ton. But there's just kind of preferences, and what they're reading is kind of changing as the times change and the year change and their life changes. It's the life of a reader is such a fascinating thing. A lot of great things happening at this group. A couple weeks ago, I read aloud this beautiful new picture book, Wish in a Tree, by Linda Mullally Hunt. And what's cool is it has led to a reader wanting to read Fish in a Tree, which makes me so happy. One of my favorite books ever. I didn't get a chance to read this aloud this year, so I love that at least one kid is getting a chance to read it. Wings of Fire, I mentioned that. We also have Darth Paper Strikes Back. Early in the year, I read Origami Yoda, and a bunch of kids read the whole series, multiple books in the series, and it's cool that even 8 months later, kids are going back to this series. And look, he's been making a lot of giant origami, which makes me very happy. And graphic novel adaptations. We talked about that with Wings of Fire. We talked about that with I Survived, Lemonade War. really exciting. The first kid who read this book already has books 2 and 3 in the series, the chapter books, that they have ready to read over summer vacation, which makes me really, really excited. They love this. I'm going to read this summer to see what it's like. And, Refugee graphic novel adaptation, very exciting as well. So, a lot of graphic novel adaptations. It seems like that's becoming more and more and more of a thing, which is exciting because the kids love it, and it introduces them to great series, great stories, great characters, great authors. The Emmy and Friends graphic novels, also a hugely popular series this year. Sometimes it's interesting, like the more books you get in a series, the more popular it is. The kids really feel more invested in it because they know they can spend a lot of time with those characters and fall in love with that world. So that's exciting. Blast from the Past, Platypus Police Squad, Jared Krasaska, exciting to see that being read these days. This kid has probably read the series 4 or 5 times, all 3 books, the first 3 books. Like he can't get enough, probably 25 times this year. He's asked me when the 4th book came out. From the moment the 3rd book came out and he devoured it, he was wanting to read the 4th. So love to see that. Sting. There's a first book in the series. I don't know what it's called, but this kid is obsessed with it. He loved it. Jude Watson is his favorite author. And just finding that one book led to him reading this. And his excitement for this book was, when he found it, he was just pumped. And one of the greatest graphic novels ever, El Duffo, still going strong, still being read by lots of kids. So those are the books that my 5th graders are reading as we inch closer to the end of what I think has been a really successful and amazing, fun year with them. So I hope your kids are reading lots. Hope you have an amazing list of books that you're ready to read. This is my lunch pail. It's weird.